All right, let's talk about Killzone 2, the improvements that need to be made. A lot of people looked down and got mad at me because I traded in Killzone 2 and Uncharted. Fact of the matter is, if I'm not playing games, I'm going to trade them in. That's just the bottom line. But Killzone 2 now. A lot of people are saying, well, you bragged the game up, this and that. You got to understand something. I know how to work the crowd. I knew bragging that game up would piss off the weavers. At the time, I did love the game. Until I played, the fucking controls were just absurd. Now, I'm going to show you why if they improved that game, the controls specifically. That's the only thing I really needed improved in it. If they made them controls highly sensitive, right? That game would be the mother of all shooters. It would be unparalleled to any other shooter out there. I mean, because let's face the facts now. When I said in that video a year and a half ago, whatever it was, maybe a year ago, you feel like you're on that battlefield in that game? You do feel like you're on that battlefield in that game. The graphics on that game, to me, are still the best out there. Everything about that game was great. The maps, I even about the map packs. They were all great, except for that one I did not like. One map out of like 12 I didn't like, so that tells you that's good. I did not like the controls, and, call me a noob, whatever. I'm not saying I'm a great first-person shooter, although I do love them. I could not get myself acclimated to them controls. They were just too sluggish and too weightiness for me. Now, a lot of people adapted to them well, but I could not do it. And then after playing Modern Warfare 2 on high sensitivity, I put Killzone 2 on high sensitivity, I couldn't do it. Now, a lot of people still like the game the way it was. But even if you did like them controls that way, are you trying to tell me that they didn't make them controls highly sensitive, that game wouldn't have sold about 20,000 or 20 times as many copies as it did? You know it would have. The fact of the matter is, when they released the demo, Guerrilla Games released that demo on the PSN network, the weightiness, the feeling of them controls scared away a lot of potential buyers. Because let's face the fact, if you played that demo, you didn't like the way the controls were, you weren't going to buy the game. And they knew that the controls were kind of sluggish like that because they even made a patch for it. But see, people don't understand. Guerrilla Games made them controls that way for a reason. They wanted to feel that way. They wanted that. But if they would have just made the controls highly sensitive, like in Modern Warfare or Call of Duty games, whatever, that game would have sold, say it sold 5 million, it would have sold 20 million. And there'd be no reason for me to play any other game now. Call me a noob, whatever, I don't care. Like I say, having skill in a video game doesn't mean nothing to me in the real. I'm not good at it, I don't care. But I'm telling you right now, for future references, if they make a Killzone 3, they should really think about making them controls. Like I said, because, like I said, the general public is probably 98% of people that play games are casual gamers. A casual gamer don't want a game that controls like that. Now, some of you liked it, that's fine. But for someone like me, I want to be able to move rather than be all sluggish and feel like I'm in cement. But outside of that, the graphics and the when you were on, like with the sound of that game, everything, you actually felt like you were immersed in that battlefield on that game. That is the truth. You actually feel like you're immersed on that battlefield in that game. That's how good it made you feel. It did that. It made you feel that way. But the sluggishness of the controls, I couldn't take. And I know people in this video, I would love to know what you actually think. And be real about it. Don't sit there and say, I'm no good, because I ain't no good. But don't tell me that they were perfect. You cannot tell me that you wouldn't like controls being highly sensitive in that game, or at least normal. I mean, Guerrilla Games even made a patch to make it better, but it didn't do nothing. Now, just because I don't like the game for the controls doesn't mean the game's bad. I mean, it could have been the mother of all shooters with normal controls. That game would have sold, if it sold 5 million copies, it would have sold 20 million if the controls were normal. Trust me on that. I know how shit works. Believe me, I'm just hoping Guerrilla Games don't make the same fucking mistake next time. But seriously, leave a comment, whatever, and tell me what you think. Am I right or wrong? I know I'm right, but you can say whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. That's my view on it. They made the controls highly sensitive. Everyone would have bought that game, because like I said, if you played that demo and you didn't like the controls, you weren't going to buy that game. And ain't no one going to look forward to Killzone 2 or Killzone 3 if they release the same fucking control sensitivity on there, whatever. The sluggishness. Other than that, though, the game was epic. It made you actually feel like you was in that battlefield.